there's that moment that we sometimes want to give up, but then you just get around somebody or start reading a book, something motivational that you see, that we keep pushing us. Hey guys, today we are launching this brand new podcast called Never Give Up. David and I had an idea about interviewing people around the world who are actually never giving up on their dreams and pushing forward. And never before, I think it's more important to deliver this message to the people. We're going to be interviewing people from, who are real estate agents to any aspect, singers, musicians, teachers. So this is really to help anyone that are struggling right now and align yourself with people or listen to people that are already going through something and never actually really giving up. So, David introduced himself, and then Linda, who we're going to be interviewing and asking, hey, what is her journey? What is her mission in life and what she wants to achieve? David?
My name is David Upchurch. I own a real estate company here in Charlotte, North Carolina. David Upchurch Real Estate, powered by eXp Realty. Been in the business almost 22 years. And it has been a grind. There's definitely been times where it's been super tough, especially in the beginning. And then 2008, 9, 10, and 11 was super tough. So definitely have a bunch of stories where, I'm kind of in a hole and had to fight and dig and claw my way out of it. So I'd love to share that as well as get to know Linda a little bit today.
Hey, Linda, so tell me more about yourself.
So I came in America 8 years ago by myself with a school. We had a trip exchanging students, and I didn't know I'm going to stay here. I said goodbye to my family and everything, and I thought I'm going to go back in 3 months. And then I came here in North Carolina. I actually loved it, a lot of opportunities and everything. So then I came to New York, and I told my family basically that, sorry, but I'm not coming back. Tried a lot of jobs and then created my own business and now doing real estate.
So what are you doing exactly right now? I mean, you shared a couple of things before that you wanted to get into real estate and you was working for someone. Tell me more about what you went through to get to where you are right now.
I probably had 10 different jobs. I couldn't find myself in any of them. So I started my business as a cleaning service. I had a few girls that helped me do the cleaning and all that. I tried it myself first. I created trust in every customer, started learning the way of the business, and then started from there. And then just to learn for the business, I took classes for real estate. And I said, more I know, it's better. I want to, get to know everything in business world and all that. So a friend of mine told me, hey, let's take these classes. They're pretty cool. You're going to learn. So I started taking the classes. I finished the classes in less than 2 weeks. I was going there from 6 o'clock in the morning to 9 at night and just basically very hungry to learn whatever they had to teach me. I got the license right away and then found Keller Williams as my broker, stayed there for a little bit, and then decided to move in Westchester area. And then I chose Exit as my brokerage. And then from there, it didn't work out. So then I jumped into eXp. I saw their plan, the strategy, so joined in there.
It seems that you had so many jobs and you were keep pushing yourself for every single time. I know there must have been a lot of failures that, you probably want to give up. This is not the time for me to keep pushing in this job or that job. What made you push forward?
So first thing is reading a lot of books and getting motivation. I used to see what the successful people did throughout their life, what they failed on and how they came back. So just by reading those, I'm like, I can come back, I can overcome this problem, or I can overcome this failure that I had. I used to go in a lot of listing appointments and probably close not even half of them. So I always like, what is wrong with me? Why can't I do this? But I didn't have the right training to do it and all that. So just keeping forward, pushing and learning every day, become 1% good every day, 1% better and better. And then that's going to make that complete 100% for you. So just by learning every day, reading every day, listening to very motivational podcasts and stuff like that, how I can do it. I didn't have a great brokerage, so they can teach me what we should do in the beginning in real estate. So I was doing anything in my own, going in listing presentation, didn't know my paperwork, didn't know, nobody explained to me anything, didn't know how to close them, didn't know, but I just started having the conversation with people. And believe it or not, I get like 5 listings in my first year, and I was surprised. I overpriced them, of course, made that mistake, didn't sell any of them, failure. And then now I learned that I have to price the houses right, what I have to do, what I have to say, how do I help this homeowner.
So I think, David, we could kind of relate to this too as well, right? I mean, we are, there's that moment that we sometimes want to give up, but then you just get around somebody or start reading a book, something motivational that you see, that we keep pushing ourselves. I remember a lot of times when I started my brokerage, when I was kind of struggling, it was day by day. It was exactly what you said, Linda. It was day by day, 1%, just 1% better from before. Go ahead, David.
No, as I'm saying, listen, and that never stops. Right? That push, that drive, and those, what I call those peaks and those valleys, right? Those peaks and valleys still happen, you know, and it doesn't have to just be work related. It can be personal, right? You know, I mean, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I don't know, it was a couple of weeks ago, Rummy FaceTimes me, and my beard's all crazy, my hair is all messed up, and he's like, "What are you doing? Like, where have you been? Have you been in a cave?" You know, and I'll be honest with you, before that phone call, I was in a little bit of a funk. And after that phone call, I was out of it. And it was because I surround myself with people that are positive. Those people that are negative in my life, they're just not, I don't want them around me. You know, my famous thing, I actually said it to my daughter yesterday. Don't bring me a problem without bringing me a possible solution. Don't be negative, right? Let's always try to think of the positive or a way out of a situation, you know, so it's mindset, but it's also surrounding yourself with people because we are going to get in those valleys. Yeah. We're going to have either down hours, down days, down weeks, whatever it is. And you know, one of my favorite books I've ever read is called Peaks and Valleys. And it talks about us as humans. We're always going to have peaks and valleys, but our attitude and our behavior while we're on the peak or while we're in the valley will dictate how long we're there. You know, so my big thing is having people around you just to pull you out and have a nice support system.
And that is, I think that, you know, for me, when I was just sitting back yesterday, guys, it is my birthday. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be 43 today. But it was, and I'm happy I'm starting this today, right? Because this podcast means a lot to me personally, because I think what was one word that I always kind of kept to myself was never give up. Regardless of whatever happens, never give up. And, you know, we teach this. I mean, it's not just gonna, if you have that mentality, and I know like Linda is in our company, and I'm telling you, people are watching you every single day. My kid is watching me. He wrote a nice little letter. You guys will see it on Facebook, and he's watching me what I'm doing every single day. So, you know, and Linda's getting watched from other agents. Well, Linda's doing it. She had 3 jobs. She had a real estate. She had a full-time job, and she had a cleaning job, and she got 6 listings, and now she's closing. She actually put up another listing yesterday. And in this time, it's more important than ever before. Like, you know, whatever you guys are struggling through right now in your company, in your business, some people are getting fired. You cannot give up. You got to keep pushing forward. So taking what David said, surround yourself with the right people. Taking what Linda said, every single day, improve yourself 1%. Maybe you don't know, like she was saying before, that, hey, I didn't know if I took a listing, was it overpriced? Was it not overpriced? So that is really, 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 really important. Linda, tell me one couple of things in the journey that you're going through, what you have went through the past that, you know, kind of like where you have failed and what you have done to get out of that, right? There's certain points that we spoke about that, you know, let's just talk about real estate. I remember when I met you first, you wanted to kind of give up. You're like, Remy, I'm going to give up. I'm not going to move forward. What What was it that kind of pushed you from that point on?
I got all this listing. I couldn't sell them, was not making any money, and too much stress doing too many jobs and all that. So I decided and I said, you know what, if I want to do something, I'm going to do it. So I went ahead and got a job as an assistant for a law firm that does real estate. So I said, I love real estate, let's just go into it, but let me help myself a little bit by learning even a little bit more and being with an attorney. I'm going to learn the legal side of it, which I love. And then I can also help my clients in that way also. In the meantime, I'm going to study a lot for the real estate. I had a paycheck. The attorney was awesome. Everybody was really good. It was a very tempting to leave the job and just go full into real estate, because here we need a job every day. We need a listing, we need a closing all the time. We don't have a paycheck unless we sell something.
So that kind of pushed you. That was your motivation to kind of have your own business, kind of push you every single time, right? So
I can get a paycheck. I can get that anywhere. Why would I settle for that? I got to do more. I can do more. I know I can. This is wasting my life, wasting my time. In the meantime, I can do something much better, maybe help so many more people, and expand and grow every day. I don't want to settle. You can get a paycheck today everywhere, any office, anything you want to do.
If somebody's struggling right now in real estate, and I think there's going to be a lot of struggle, right, David? Because obviously the economy took a big hit.
Not only are they struggling just because they have no control, right? Because there's some places that have a lot less control, but they're also, I think a lot of them are struggling because of mindset. I really do. Remy, I've told you, we're a little bit lucky here in North Carolina right now. We don't, the COVID-19 thing isn't really hit us that hard like it has you guys. And we're still out showing properties legally. We're allowed to, so we're essential. Right. And so there's a lot. So we in this area, we're a little lucky. But agents are down in the dumps and complaining and the ones that aren't, look where I'm at. I'm at the office working. Now, is there a bunch of people in my office? No. But I'm still up. I'm still here. I'm still working. I'm still trying to educate the public and bring value to the public. People still have to buy and sell real estate, even during a pandemic. I've got a client right now that they just had their second baby, and she has decided, I can't go back to work. Like, I can't do this. I have to stay home and raise my children. So they're going to downsize because her income is going to be gone. So they have chose to downsize. Whether we're in this pandemic or not, their lifestyle, them moving from one house to the other is a must for them. So a lot of it, again, is just mindset of, yes, we're in this bad situation, but how we think about it and how we, deal with it will decide how bad it really is for you individually.
So how does somebody get out of that?
You got to set goals for yourself. Every day you have to have your goals. For me, at this moment, I know here we're not even allowed to show or anything like that, but guess what? I put an offer yesterday. I have showings Monday virtually, listing appointment today done before this. You can still do things. For me, every day is 50 videos from Grant Cardone, the training that we do. Read 100 pages of a book that you like, and be active, call a certain amount of people, keep in touch with your clients. There is so much we can do right now. We have to get out of this smarter. We have to get out of this stronger and all that, because we can't stay in the same position as we were yesterday or before that.
So I would recommend, like, for example, for me, and I'm going to take my son as a prime example. We were still stuck in the house, and it was like, okay, we can't go to the gym. We can't do this. One is, align yourself with somebody who's actually out there doing something. Just have a conversation with them. I think that's, for me, was the first step. Like, let's go have a conversation, because I did, David. For the first 2 weeks, I was in like poo-poo land too. I was like in the funk. I'm like, what the hell? And then I just had to get out. I had to get back into my routine, right? I had a routine that I do every single day. My gyms were closed. I'm getting up late. One day I just woke up and I said, you know what? I'm going to go back to my routine. So one, follow the same routine. Two, talk to somebody that's already is doing something right now, right this instant, so that way you could get out of the funk too as well. Third thing is obviously listen to some motivation. Read a book, right? Go out there and train yourself. One of the things that I just said recently too, I was talking to my nephew, and my nephew does SATs for teaching other kids how to do SAT scores. And everything is shut down for him. So we were having a conversation. This guy, he goes, Romy, I actually built a website, built trainings, right? And built all this in the back end. So that way I already have 100 students that's going through my training courses. And there's, restaurants not opening up. I was even telling him, I'm like, think about that. The barbers right now. I mean, we all need a little haircut. But right now, a barber could be sitting home doing videos and teaching people how to do it, right? The other day, I was like, my gym closed. Well, the gym could be still surviving, charging me $15, maybe doing a Zoom call, maybe doing a live training how to do some videos at home. So align yourself with people that are actually out there doing something, right? For example, David, he's in the office, and I know him and I spoke that nobody's doing anything. Linda, the same thing too as well. So that's really, really important.
I want to share something. I'm going to try to share my screen. I'm sure a lot of people have seen this. So I show this picture quite a bit to people because you've got two people, right? They're both they were started out in the same hole. They started out with a rock. One guy sits there and sulks, and he's going to sit there until either one, somebody helps him, and it's going to be a long time. And the other guy's like, listen, I got to do something. I got to at least try to get out of here. Right. So it's all about effort, and that's another thing that I say all the time about effort is, I say all the time, show me somebody that's successful at something. Right. I don't care if it's checkers. I don't care if it's a business. I don't care if it's music. It does not matter to me. Sports, if you're good at something, if you can show me somebody that's good at something, I will show you somebody that has worked their ass off to be good at that one thing.
Yeah.
And what most people want to look at is the success that person is having. Wow, Michael Jordan was really good. Well, we didn't see that he was up at 5 a.m. every day in the gym before everybody else. And he was practicing after practice was over. We didn't see that. All we saw was the success and not the effort and the grind behind it. And I really focus on that effort and that grind behind it. No matter what you're good at, I know that there was effort and grind behind it because that's what's gotten me where I'm at. I've always joked and said I'm the smartest person in the room when I'm alone. But I will outgrind and outwork anybody.
Same thing.
I'm going to grind. I'm going to work. I've got story after story after story about real estate of the only reason that I'm even remotely successful today was because of the crap that I did a long time ago. And the only reason I'm going to be successful today is for the crap that I'm doing today.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. So, Linda, let's go back to you now. What is one thing that has inspired you? Well, and also in this, real estate game, in this journey that you're going through right now, what is one thing that you wish you had known when you began your career?
So there are a lot of things that I hope I knew before. I wish I knew. First of all is for all agents, they need to have a database. I didn't have one. I lost a lot of contacts and all that. And my phone was my database. And it's actually not good for all the agents. Your phone has to transfer all the contacts in a nice database with all notes for all clients, and you got to follow up with them. I would go in so many appointments, and guess what? I didn't get the listing. Guess why? Because I didn't call the person to say, hey, are you ready now? What can I help? What information you need and all that. So having a database, following up with people, and also creating system for yourself. So you have to create systems so you can work smarter and not harder. So these are three things I wish I knew before that could help me so much, get so many more closings, and so many clients that I could help.
Gotcha. So I'm going to wrap this up. This podcast, and subscribe to the podcast. David and I are going to be interviewing all aspects of our life. And you got somebody right now who came from a different country on a student visa, moved around, and now is actually wanting to be the top agent. And she is in that struggle right now, and she is going to be the top agent. When I met her, I mean, it was, I was like, wow, what David just spoke about. You got to have the motivation. You got to have the effort behind it. And this person in front of us does have it. You'll have information about Linda. Linda, what is one question that we didn't ask you that you think we should have asked you?
So when it comes in real estate and never giving up, it's a lot to talk about. I just wanted to say two things for everyone. These are two things that motivated me. And when I heard them, I said, you know what, I got to do this. And I gotta be successful. So KFC, everybody knows it's famous. He tried his recipe 1,000 times and everybody said no to him. He went to every single restaurant and asked for their recipe. Nobody approved it, nobody liked it, nobody wanted it. After all this 1,000 no's, he got a yes that made him successful. So no matter how many years you have to work and you don't see that light, it can be 10 years and then finally the 11th year you're gonna blow up. And that's when somebody says, oh, he's so successful overnight. No, 10 years of work for 1 year that you would be successful and you're gonna reach your dreams and all the whatever you had the goal to do. So, and another one that I like to mention, and I love this story, Edison, he is the best investor in, the best inventor at all times. Guess what happened in his childhood? So when his mom died, he found a letter of the school that was saying, your kid cannot come to school anymore because he has disabilities. And what mom told Edison, she told him, teacher says you don't have to go to school because you're too smart for other kids, so I'm going to teach you from home. So he thought he's so smart and he thought he's so good and now he was studying at home. And guess what? That's mindset. He was with disabilities and what? He created and became the best inventor at all times. And it's all mindset. His mom did the amazing job at telling him he's the best and he doesn't have to go to school. He's too smart. In the meantime, he was the dumbest kid at the class. So guess what? You can do it. If he did it, you can do it too. It's all about mindset, persistent.
Huh? I never knew the story. That was actually awesome.
It's a real story. And I was reading it one day and I'm like, damn it, it's all about your mindset. If you think you can do it, if you think you're successful, you're going to be successful. If you think you're not and you never be, then you're going to never be.
The negative mindset is just as powerful as the positive mindset. The difference is that negative mindset takes you the wrong direction, but it's still powerful.
Very, very powerful. That's awesome. So any last words, David?
That's it, man, right there.
Yeah. All right, awesome. I'll leave off with this, guys. You know, if you just live with the mantra of saying, hey, I'm never going to give up. I'm going to keep pushing forward, even when you have those failures too as well. This is what the podcast is about. Reach out to David and I would love to interview anyone that's out there. It doesn't have to be in real estate, in any aspect that you're trying to struggle and you want to put your life story out there. Linda, thank you so much for being on today. And I appreciate you. Keep pushing forward. You'll have Linda information below as well as David information. If you guys just want to reach out and have a little quick chat, they'll always be there available for you too as well. Thank you once again. Have an amazing day, guys.